Before we close out, how is your industry? What's the health of your industry? Are more people coming into your industry? Is it getting harder to practice? How would you assess it now?
That's an interesting question. Unquestionably, our industry is, and in fact, I would say our profession, because I don't like to think of it as an industry. Our profession is always difficult because we are constantly responding to the manufacturers, the United States Chamber of Commerce attacks, well-moneyed attacks on the civil justice system and the laws, because it's their mission right now to see if they can pollute or bias the public against trial lawyers and against injured people. And so in that sense, our profession has gotten very difficult because they're much more organized now and they're relentless with their daily attacks. And they never let the public know that 6% of cases are tort cases. If you buy into their constant daily rhetoric, their constant daily attacks, one would think that 90% of all lawsuits are injury cases, when just the opposite is true. And they perpetuate the McDonald's coffee cup myths, for example, which that's one of the things as the trial lawyers that I've explained to people how that happened and when they hear the facts. When people hear the true facts about the coffee cup case, their eyes open up and they say, wow, I didn't know that. And I'd be more than happy to share that with you if we had time. That lady was not driving the car. She was sitting. The coffee spilled on her when she opened it up. She had third-degree burns in her crotch. And I've seen the pictures, and I show people the pictures. It looked like she had battery acid dropped in her crotch. From her crotch halfway down her thighs, it looked like she had battery acid. She got hit with 180 to 190 degree coffee, which on your body, all the burn experts will tell you, you have 5 to 7 seconds to get that coffee off. Industry standard is 130 to 140 degrees for coffee. And when that coffee spills on someone, they've got about a minute to get it off. Their clothes, pull it away, take off their clothing, whatever. Well, McDonald's had had 700 prior incidents of their coffee spilling on people and causing serious burns. Kids, seniors, people who weren't quite perfect and happened to spill some of their coffee. But they kept their coffee that hot because it would last longer. So the jury heard all this evidence, a common jury under the 7th Amendment of the United States Constitution, right to trial by jury, and said, you know, we're going to give her $480,000 of compensatory damages. And we're going to reduce that by 20%. I'm sorry, I take that back. The jury gave her $200,000 in compensatory damages. $200,000. And they reduced it by 20% because they said 20% of this accident, despite the fact that this coffee was scalding hot like acid, was her fault. So her award was $160,000. And then they turned around and said, you know, McDonald's, you did 700 prior claims, and we're going to penalize you with punitive damages for $2.6 million, which represented about 2 days' profits from coffee sales for McDonald's. That's where the numbers came from. And the judge turned around and said, you know what? The $2.6 million in punitive damages is too high. And he reduced that award to $480,000. Those are the true facts behind the McDonald's coffee cup. Not that a lady just spilled a cup of coffee and got $1 million.